Waitress Drew Jones and aspiring artist Alyssa live together in a rundown apartment complex with Alyssa's boyfriend, Keyshawn, under the watchful eye of a strict landlord. When the first of the month arrives, their landlord demands the $1,500 rent, warning that they'll be evicted if they don't pay by 6 p.m. Both Drew and Alyssa are confused, as they thought the rent had already been covered. After searching everywhere and still coming up empty, the two realize that Keyshawn must have taken the money and disappeared. Tracking him down, they find him at the home of Bernice, a woman he's been cheating with. During a heated confrontation, Keyshawn confesses that he used the rent money to invest in his t-shirt business. In the chaos, Bernice gets knocked down by a truck door and vows revenge. Now broke and without a car, Drew and Alyssa attempt to get a loan, only to be rejected due to their low credit scores. Desperate, they head to a blood donation center. Drew donates as much as she can to maximize their earnings, but ends up getting dizzy. When Alyssa notices, she gets into an argument with an inexperienced nurse, leading to them losing all the donated blood. Defeated, the girls go next door to a fast food restaurant, where they run into Maniac, a man Drew had been flirting with earlier. After grabbing a bite, Alyssa gets an idea on how they can make the money and leaves Drew with Maniac. Shortly after, Alyssa calls Drew and Maniac for help. She's climbed a utility pole to retrieve a pair of Air Jordans hanging from the wires. After successfully getting the shoes, she gets electrocuted in the process. Despite the mishap, they manage to sell the sneakers for $1,500, and Drew arrives on time for her job interview for a franchise manager position. Meanwhile, Bernice and Keyshawn have been searching for the girls and eventually find Alyssa waiting for Drew. Drew's interview is going well until a brawl breaks out between the three women, leaving Bernice victorious as she snatches the $1,500 and runs off. The chaos leaves a bad impression on Drew's prospective employers, making them hesitant about offering her the job. As Alyssa and Drew argue over their misfortune, they receive a call from King Lolo, a ruthless gangster who owned the Jordans they sold. Furious, he demands $5,000 by 10 p.m. or he'll kill them. Returning home, they find their landlord has already evicted them, and their belongings are dumped on the curb. While processing their situation, they meet Bethany, a cheerful new neighbor who offers to buy one of Alyssa's paintings. Seeing Bethany's massive social media following, they throw an impromptu art gallery at the complex, promoting it online to raise money for King Lolo. The event is a success, earning them enough cash to pay him back. Drew's interviewer even attends, impressed by their efforts, and hints at offering her the job. King Lolo arrives, but Alyssa dashes off, telling Drew to stall him while she works on a plan to get him off their backs without handing over their hard-earned money. Gunshots ring out as the girls cause a distraction and flee, hiding in their now empty old apartment, only to find Keyshawn there, surrounded by candles, hoping to win Alyssa back. King Lolo storms in, ready to kill them all, but as he slams the door shut, a piece of the ceiling collapses on his head, knocking him out. The candles get knocked over, starting a fire that traps them in a smoke-filled room. Amid the chaos, Alyssa and Drew reconcile. Firefighters arrive, breaking down the door to rescue them. To Drew's surprise, one of the firefighters is Maniac. As he and Drew talk about giving their relationship a chance, King Lolo is arrested for unpaid delinquent loans, thanks to Alyssa tipping off the loan bank. Alyssa finally cuts ties with Keyshawn, and she and Drew reaffirm their friendship. In the aftermath, Drew becomes a successful franchise manager, and Alyssa gains recognition as a renowned painter. The two continue living together in their newly refurbished apartment, thriving in their fresh start.